Hey Adam, you won't believe what NXT's doing.
What are they doing?
They're naming a special 2-night event for NXT over the next 2 weeks. You won't believe what they're calling it.
Halloween Havoc. No, what are they calling it?
A Great American Bash. Yeah, they're not trolling Cody in competition with AEW.
No, they're not. I don't know what you're. How did you come to this? What is this? Some sort of conspiracy theory?
How you can't you don't believe that they're not in competition? Oh my God! What is wrong with you? It's obviously everyone knows that Cody wants the Great American Bash logo because his dad
for
made
crying out loud! Tim's going off subject again.
He is just,
I mean,
like,
he's off on one of these things. Let's just go ahead and wrap it up here.
Don't get me started about flat earthers and how stupid they are, and don't get me started about 5G.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's time for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week, Tim, did you get it out of your system? I mean, I did have to cut you off, but do you feel better? Wait,
you cut me off? You cut me off?
Of course I cut you off. I had to.
Yeah, I did rant for about 3 hours, so.
We don't have that much time right now. Okay. So we've got some news. But first we got to get into what blew up on the internet over the last week.
Yeah.
Hashtag speaking out.
Literally right after we recorded last week's show.
Yeah, as you can tell if you listen to the end of last week's show, I got super distracted. That's because I had Twitter up on one of my screens, and I just started seeing things popping up, and I was like, what's going on? Oh, why is the world burning in front of me right now? At the same time, I kind of enjoyed watching some of it burn down.
Only part of it? How dare you call yourself a chaotic evil?
Anyway,
but it's kind of funny because we actually almost considered doing another recording to cover it.
Yes,
but I kind of forgot to get in touch with you on Friday and to ask if we want to, and then we didn't.
Yes,
which actually was probably a good thing because over the next few days, more and more was coming out, so it was better to kind of wait.
Yeah, I really wanted to see, Thursday, Friday, kind of part of Saturday, very little information that I was catching anyway was coming out regarding what allegations were.
Oh, I saw.
There was a lot of, but for like some of the smaller.
Oh yeah, the smaller.
Some of the other names.
Yeah.
Like there were allegations immediately on Thursday. It was like so-and-so's an asshole, and I'm like, whoa. Now that's an allegation.
Let's go in the bigger ones out there that we actually didn't really discuss beforehand. But Jim Cornette.
Okay, that's the funniest one.
Yes,
that is the funniest one.
Okay, let's rephrase this. Let's put this in context. The context that the internet was having with Jim Cornette trending again was hilarious. The allegations against him and his wife were terrible. And the allegations of... Let's go over the allegations really quickly first, then we can get to the memes and all the puns that everyone was having with it.
Yes.
The allegations was that when he ran Ohio Valley Wrestling, that if you wanted to get a push or anything, you had to sleep with his wife while he watched, or like he...
Yep.
It was like the weirdest thing, and they used friends with... the athletic commission in Kentucky, was it? Or was it Alabama?
I don't know.
It's one of them that they had a friend who there said that if they could go to and blackball you if you didn't follow through. And one such claim was saying that his wife contacted them, like so sure, like she was gonna sleep with it. I think it was a him. I'm not sure if it was a him or a her. That like
it's one of the stories
that they didn't have any choice in the fact that like, she just straight up texted him and basically said, "Yeah, we're gonna do this," and like there's nothing you can do. Like they had no choice about it because of it. And oh my god.
Yeah, that's okay. What I was laughing about earlier was that evening I saw in the corner of Twitter on my PC that Cornette was trending, and I was like, "Oh, what did he say this time?"
Yeah, that was.
And then I started. It was just a meme reaction to a meme reaction over and over again, and I was like, "Wait!" And then I saw the allegations, and I was like, "All right, I kind of understand the reactions.
Yes.
I kind of understand it."
Let's get to the actual memes because that's the thing I really want to talk about for this part really quickly, just because the internet had fun. I mean, as bad as the allegations were, and
yes,
super serious, but like you clicked on there and like it took me forever to scroll down further enough to actually find the allegations because there were so many people memeing this. It's like, oh great, see Jim Cornette's trending again. What did he say this time?
Or the ones that I saw a lot of was saw Jim Cornette was trending, found out why, and it would just be like the awkward look.
Yeah. Or
like, oh.
Found out why. Immediately unplugs and leaves internet.
Just leaves the internet.
Yeah, it's just like there. At least in everything that came out on Thursday, there was at least some kind of humor for at least one of it. Unfortunately, it was based around events that was absolutely terrible.
Yes.
But let's go into the actual, like, the Speak Out movement. There were some big names that were named. The biggest controversy that was first started off that was a little confusing for me when you were talking about it. Was like a list was being released with a bunch of names on it that were issues that were bad people in the wrestling industry. Yeah. But they were not being told what it was they are being accused of, and we off mic we were talking about like, no, if you're gonna release a list, you need to tell us what they're for and allegations. Yeah. Only to find out that the list of who had it was not actually releasing it, and people were trying to get her to release it. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay with her not releasing it. But if you ever do release a list, you have to put what each person is being accused of, because there are big allegations to the point of sexual assault and people blackballing people.
Right.
And those are not the same level of issue. No, nowhere close. And if you put a list out there and you have them on the same list, and it's just not okay. But as time went on, more and more people, the reason was they didn't want to talk about the allegations because the people who come forward, it was for their decision to come out. And once people started coming out, they came out.
Everyone showed up.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And the result was we found out how bad the indie scene in the UK apparently is.
Mm-hmm.
With lots of wrestlers being named, from sexual harassment, sexual assault, to abuse, verbal abuse, a lot with women. There were a lot of homosexuals and non-binary who were coming out with stories about that. And then it would jump over to America where stuff came out. Then we got Jim Cornette came out, and it basically just went like, it pulled the curtain back, but not in the way that we normally say you pull the curtain back in wrestling.
Right.
This was showing how bad and how many people in this industry are bad people, or in some cases, let's be honest, right now, allegedly bad people, because I'm not going to talk bad about victims. It's tough enough for them to come out.
Right.
But let's be honest, it is proven you're innocent until proven guilty. So, but there are some bad ones off, and there was enough allegations against certain people, like Joey Ryan, that felt like that their employer, like Impact, said they released it. He's no longer part of there. Gentleman Jack Gallagher was released by NXT.
Yes.
As stuff that came out. But some of the bigger names, like Joey Ryan, there was some allegations years ago where Jimmy Havoc, after a Progress show, a guy came up to him in a bar and this said congratulations, and he just beat the shit out of him. And the guy took it to Progress, and they basically released a stupid little email saying, like, well, we're not responsible for our wrestlers' things, we'll talk to him and we'll decide what's appropriate, and nothing ever came of it. And, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And now Jimmy Havoc has been sent to rehab by AEW.
It's because it comes out, apparently he's had a bad drinking problem for a while.
Well, I mean, I told you this before when we were off camera. When I first started paying attention to Jimmy Havoc, he had a wiry frame. Mm-hmm. He had the frame that I nickname the alcoholic's frame. It's like, mm-hmm. And then he started to, it's the functioning alcoholic's frame. It's the guy who drinks, 18 beers a night, but he's also like very active otherwise. Mm-hmm. And then he started putting on weight and getting puffy, and I was like, that's the look of a man who has just turned completely to the bottle.
Now, let's be clear, just so we're fair. We have no knowledge of actually how much he drinks, but it has come to light that he had these issues. And but yeah, if you know anything about alcoholics and if you get certain things, you can recognize certain signs. Doesn't mean that was Jimmy Havoc, but there's enough stories apparently out there that he's had an issue with alcohol for a while. So hopefully he'll get help.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of allegations levied towards Paige's family over in England about abuse in the ring. Like, you're in a wrestling match and all of a sudden they're having a bad day, so they decide to beat the living shit out of you in the ring. People who had WWE trial shots matches had them revoked because they refused to do something before that. Like, there was a lot of abuse to the point where Paige's mom has taken herself off of Twitter. Didn't really denied the claims, but also saying, the thing is she's okay. Like, she doesn't want anything to do with wrestling at the moment. So, it's tough. It's a good thing this is happening because we need to make the business better. Because there's no place for this kind of bullshit in wrestling. And anyone who wants to claim that this is how wrestling is, it's fine, you just gotta deal with it, grow a thick skin. No. Yes. No. Wrestling used to be like that. That was how it was. It doesn't mean it should be that way. And if you think being able to treat people like trash is fine, then I question your humanity. But we do need to clean up wrestling. And then the biggest thing I wanted to kind of talk about is some allegations levied towards a few people. That is Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll.
Yep.
Because Marty's a little tough one. That's a tough one. He fucked up. He acknowledges that one. It was technically legal because he
had consent in the UK.
Basically, he had sex with someone under the age of 18, but she was 17, so it was legal, but was not an adult. And as far as he knew, he did not know that, and it was consensual. A lot of people have been complaining, saying he didn't know. There was a lot of people saying he trained her at 15, so he didn't know her age. I saw so much misinformation about Marty. I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to deny that it could have been an issue for her. She said around that time, it wasn't just Marty. There was a bunch of wrestlers who kind of abused her at that.
Yes.
And Marty's name was brought up part of it. And so I don't know how it affected her. I was not a good way. But from Marty's standpoint, I look at it this way. He admits to what he did and from his story. I believe him. I believe her. But I look at Marty as a person. There's no other allegations since that in the 5 years that we know of that he's ever tried to have a relationship with someone under the age of 18, regardless if it's legal or not. So I kind of buy by that, but I'm not going to say we need to blame this victim for bringing up old stuff that people didn't know about. That's been resolved, apparently. It's a messy thing. And anyone, by the way, I'm just going to say this. For anyone out there who is going on to these people who are alleging allegations and harassing them, calling them names,
not cool.
trolling them, shut the fuck up and go the fuck away. We don't want you in wrestling.
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't want them on the planet, but that's
No,
that's neither here nor there.
But yeah, go the fuck away because we do not harass victims. It's hard enough to get people to come up. It's sad enough that on Wrestle Talk video on Saturday, people were saying most cases are faults and everything. And that to the point where Ollie Davis on Monday had to literally find the statistics and report the statistics about the average of false cases and how low they are, and how many cases compared to actually go on don't go reported. So when you start harassing people, it only makes it less likely for people to not want to report. And if you're saying, well, good, no, that's not a good thing, because we need to know so we can make the changes. The last thing I want to talk about is just quickly cover Will Ospreay. He made a stupid decision to defend a childhood friend that he's known for a long time about allegations, only to have to pull that down after more and more allegations, or I don't know if it's more allegations or more evidence came forward, where he had apologized, and then people were attacking him because of someone blaming him for blacklisting her from venues, and he said he's never been involved in blacklisting anyone. He has gone to promoters saying, I don't really want her to be involved when I'm working because she's literally bullying his B Priestley, his girlfriend. So, it's a tough one. I don't know. There's some rumors going around about that whole situation, but
so
you know a little bit more about this one, so I'll let you cover that.
Yeah, Will went to IWL. No, not IWL. He said that he wasn't comfortable with her being booked. Okay. The promotion still was going to go ahead and book her. They were starting to set up a dream match against, I believe person's name is Renfrew. And then the venue, who happens to, the venue owner is a friend of Will's, went, nope. You book her, you lose the venue. So honestly, unless Will is going, hey, person who owns the venue, I need you to flex muscle on these guys because they weren't doing enough. And it was just like, even Will's been just like, no, I didn't do that.
See,
those people, that venue owner is also friends with Scott Wainwright that you had made accusations about at that time, that has since come out. That's Will's friend that he went, oh God.
Yeah.
More and stuff has come out. So Will himself was not blackballing her.
No. So
it does show though the brotherhood mentality of UK wrestling, of the UK wrestling scene.
Yes. But also here's the other thing though. Well, you can make the claim that was blackballing her from that promotion. It's not blacklisting overall because you have to be blacklisting, in my opinion, in my definition, is you are actively trying to make sure that people will not get booked. Period. Right. Like you're using your influence around every promotion to try to get them to blackball you, not to hire you. In this case, a friend of Will's who owned a venue stepped in. Maybe he did go to her. Maybe he mentioned it to him and not in passing. Maybe he did. We don't know. Ultimately, it's not overall blackball listing you, but I can see it from her side a little bit that it could.
Oh yeah, it would definitely feel like it.
But overall, it's like, because that's one of the things when I heard Will's name, Marty's name, and a few other people, I'm listening. I'm like, okay, where's the stuff about Will? Where's the stuff about Will? And nothing was coming out. And then I kind of caught this. And then the last thing I just want to talk about in this movement, because it's a separate thing, it doesn't really involve. It got called back up because of this, which is a good thing overall. And that's Sammy Guevara. Stupid Sammy Guevara.
Sammy was an idiot who made a very the only word you can use is bad joke. It's not funny. It's not meant to be funny. It's meant to be provocative and incite a reaction from people. Sammy used the absolute wrong word.
Yes.
Like an idiot.
Yep. So I actually listened to it, and you can tell the context. It was not meant to be to do the word about Sasha Banks. Basically, said he wanted to force himself upon her because he found her so sexy. In other words, he wanted to have sex with her, but he used the wrong word, and it's not okay. It needs to be known that you can't do that. Say that it's not okay, and I know a lot of people are calling for him to be fired because of this. I'm like, I'm sorry, no. That was a while ago. He has apologized. Not only apologized publicly, he's literally talked to Sasha Banks about this. She's confirmed this, accepted his apology, and hopes he's going to learn. AEW has suspended him. He's going to take sensitivity classes.
Yes.
And they're donating his salary while he's suspended to a women's nonprofit, which I think is great. Mm-hmm. I think it's absolutely a great thing. But to say because he made a mistake so many years ago using a wrong word, I don't think deserves to be fired for that. That's why he's apologized, and he went to the extra step of actually contacting Sasha. And Sasha has confirmed it. Now, he said he made claims that he contacted Sasha, but then Sasha didn't respond, or she responds saying, no, he hasn't. Then we have a different thing, but she's confirmed it, and she's forgiven him. This whole idea of, you make one mistake, gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's when you have multiple issues. Like when you have, let's take a look at something. Hulk Hogan using the N-word in a sex tape that he got found out about. When he finally was brought back, he made a half-baked apology for mostly getting caught than actually saying it. Now, apparently, some of the people who did not really take kindly to his apology, like Big E, have talked to him in a sense and have since forgiven him after talking to him privately. But still, when you comes off it comes off more like he's sorry he got caught than anything else. Yeah, don't forgive him. That's obviously they're not repentant. But Sammy's made it very clear here. But let's move on because it's a good thing that the business was revered, and sadly, it actually took place.
Yeah.
And let's just put it this way: if you do have a story, please speak out.
Speak out. Do it. Say it.
Do it.
Let the world know.
Because it needs to be happened. And if you live in the UK, please contact your local police station because they are actually looking to take your statement. And they're looking into this hardcore. They're taking these allegations really seriously, which is awesome. Woo, man.
All right, let's move on to the next subject. Get ourselves
Didn't think we had to
up
speak
a
about
little bit
something
more.
like this bad, but oh well. So let's move on.
All right, what's
It's gonna
next?
Be more upbeat. Let's move into the ratings because we actually got
Ratings. They're glorious, wonderful. AEW once again winning the week over. They crushed NXT. Let me give you these numbers here right now. Tim, I don't know what you're trying to interrupt me, but I've got the great numbers. 786,000 for NXT, 633,000 for AEW. AEW once again crushes it. Adam, over 100,000 difference.
Adam, you
What?
have that wrong. NXT beat AEW.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm literally looking at it in Wrestling Inc. The headline is WWE NXT beats AEW Dynamite in viewership.
No, dude. Let me read these numbers back to you again. NXT 786,000, AEW 633,000. It's a whole 100,000 difference.
Yep.
AEW is still crushing it.
So Adam, what comes after 5 when you count?
6,
What comes after 6?
7.
So if AEW has 633 and NXT has 786, which one is the higher?
Okay, look, I made a mistake here. I misread. I got myself typed up. I misread. All right, moving on.
Wait,
congratulations, NXT. We're moving on.
Okay,
No,
wait. How much is Tony Khan paying you to overlook this? Like, those are new
I can
diamond
neither
studs.
confirm nor deny the rumors at this time.
When am I gonna get my diamond stud earrings, Adam?
I don't. What are you talking about? These 1 carat each diamond stud earrings. I would never have received them as a gift from Tony Khan for promoting AEW every single week.
Wait. Is the Predictions Championship an actual championship belt and not actually a cardboard on cloth? Wait, did you actually have that championship belt made?
I can neither confirm nor deny the rumors that Tony Khan paid me enough money to be able to spend on getting a true Predictions Championship belt put together that may or may not have cost over $100,000. I cannot confirm or deny those at this time.
Wait. We have to move on, but we're having a conversation after we get off of this.
All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. What are we moving on to?
So, Adam, we didn't really have a show outside of the Speak Out movement ratings and the 2 other major things.
Yes.
And so I decided predictions.
Oh yeah, we have Fyter Fest coming up.
Yeah,
It's like next week.
And the week after that, a 2-week show before your 2-week show that you're claiming as the first 2-night event ever.
First ever 2-night wrestling event presented by New England Wrestling Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Alpaca Bowl. It's gonna be great. I'm.
Fyter Fest is 2 nights. It's 2 nights. So
on 2 separate weeks. This is 2 nights in a row, bro.
Wrestle Kingdom 14 did that, and WWE WrestleMania did that too. This year.
Sorry, I don't recognize them as companies. So within the New England Wrestling Alliance story, neither New Japan Pro Wrestling nor the WWE exists. So New England Wrestling Alliance is the first ever company to do a 2-night wrestling event.
Yeah, you're delusional. Imagine how much
Night 1 is called the Alpacalypse now, and Night 2 will be Llama Getting It.
Llama Getting It? Oh, God. All right,
Look,
so we're going to predict... we're going to predict both nights, Fyter Fest 1 and 2. And so for right now, we have 5 matches scheduled for next week's Dynamite, or the Fyter Fest, where we have MJF and Wardlow will take on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. We have Private Party with Matt Hardy taking on Santana and Ortiz. We got AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida taking on Penelope Ford. We have Cody defending the AEW TNT Championship against Jack Hager. And Hangman Page and Kenny Omega defending the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the Best Friends.
Yeah, I like this.
This is a good card.
So, I gotta say this. Because on BTE, Private Party has been hanging out with Matt Hardy, while the Young Bucks and the Elite have been hanging out with broken Matt Hardy. Like, when you see the Private Party hanging out with Matt Hardy, it's Matt Hardy, jeans, a leather jacket, wearing a t-shirt, hair slicked back, like, he looks good. He looks like he put himself together. And then you see Matt Hardy with the Young Bucks and the Elite, and you're like, oh my God, that's broken Matt Hardy. That is just the craziest version of Matt Hardy there is. So there's two versions of Matt Hardy in AEW. And
there's three.
Oh, we have all three, yes, because we also have version 1.
No. Because they actually had. There's actually 4 then, because last night when they actually had to replace Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
Against Matt Hardy's match against them, they had a poll of fans get to pick which version of Matt Hardy shows up, and you had Broken, Unkillable, and I believe Extreme Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy won it. I voted for Unkillable Matt Hardy because I wanted to see which version of that was. So. I think it was kind of funny. I do love this idea of Matt Hardy not being fully broke, like always broken Matt Hardy all the time.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would fit in with AEW too much that well overall. But having the broken Matt Hardy who's delusional and he keeps having these different versions is kind of funny. And I think it would be hilarious if they would keep track of each version's Matt Hardy win-loss record. They keep it when however it comes out. You actually have his normal, they count all 3 of them as one, but he keeps referring to in different versions of his win-loss record for each version.
Oh, actually, they could do it because whoever does their title bars for them for wrestlers, they have a great sense of humor and they throw in some great stuff. Like Days Sober, Kenny Omega, 30,000. Days Sober. For Adam Page, 0. Like, all right. They could put in broken Matt Hardy comes out and he's like, Matt Hardy, win-loss record. And it'll show like 3-2. And then total 8-15.
Yeah. So I will be defending my predictions championship against Adam. But it will be based over both nights, not over one night. It's going to be over both. Whoever has the most wins at the end of the show of night 2.
All right.
So, Adam, I will give you the choice. You can make the first prediction of the first match, or you can pick which match we pick first.
I'll take the prediction.
Okay. We're going to start with then, from which will probably be the main event, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus the Best Friends.
Well, because I am such a Kenny Omega fan, and Adam Page has the first name of Adam, even though he's not a real Adam. I'm going to have to go with, we'll flip it on its head. No, I'm just kidding. Not Best Friends. I would like to see them win here. That would be cool. But most likely Kenny and Adam Page will continue to hang on to the belts here. Most likely, if they are going to drop them and have Adam go heel, that'll happen at All Out.
Nope, they're dropping him here. If they don't drop him here, I think it'd be a waste because they've already had him the longest. They've already broken the record. They have the longest reign. To go as far as All Out. You don't need them to go. They've already had a really good run as tag champions. Even with the COVID thing in between, they still had a really good run. So, and the Best Friends are really rocking it. Trent, Beretta got really praised backstage for during the tapings when they had to pre-record stuff.
Yeah.
Really had some great matchups and really built up and got some Best Friends over, as well as Chuck E. T. So I'm going with Best Friends. I think it's a better play because their storyline is they've never held tag team championships at any company they've ever been in. So having them win it here would be great, and you can use that as a split towards Kenny and Paige leading to a matchup at All Out.
A very valid fantasy booking there, but no, the Paige and Omega are not dropping they're not dropping the belts here. Sorry,
you're wrong.
It's not a big enough stage for them to drop it.
It's one of their 5 big events. It's the only reason it's a TV special and not an actual special event is because they couldn't go to England like they originally wanted to.
I don't know. It's just this is not a big enough stage for either one of them to be willing to drop the belts here, unless, of course, someone's going to throw some extra money at them. You know, an extra 50, 60 grand to drop the belts here. That would make it worth it for Adam Page. You know, you could buy a lot of alcohol with that.
You do realize that their boss, Tony Khan, could just say you're dropping them, and they have to drop them. So.
Actually, the storyline is that now Rick Knox also can beat up Kenny Omega.
Oh, that's good enough.
So it was like the backstage guy that could beat up Kenny. Now it's Rick Knox as well. Kenny's confused. That's why he quit chasing around Colt Cabana on BTE. He's just he's done with it.
Okay. All right. So our next matchup is for the TNT Championship, Cody versus Jack Hager. This is a tough one. I feel like Jack Hager needs to win here. Because it'll be a second opportunity at a title, first off.
Right.
But Cody just won it about 2 months ago. A little over a month ago, actually.
Yep.
So it's since he has defended it each week. Oh, by the way, Cody, you violated your own open challenge this week. You didn't have an open challenge like you said you're going to do every week. So you fucked up. AEW fucked up. Anyway.
That was the challenge. The challenge was the promo.
No,
that's it.
The open challenge said he's going to have an open challenge every week. He did not hold an open challenge. Instead, he did the most Cody thing ever. He had a press conference where he had the entire Nightmare family behind him, and then Jake Hager had his wife over on his side.
Yes.
And some dude that looked like Shane McMahon holding the championship. Please, AEW, please finish making the gold and whatever you're going to do with that belt, because it still looks horrible.
Give it time, man.
It's been a month. They should have done it by now. I'm going to go with Cody. I think they're going to keep it on him for a little bit longer.
I honestly feel that they're going to keep it on Cody for a little while longer. You can have Jake Hager look extremely strong while keeping the belt on Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically Cody is getting his ass handed to him, and Arn has to do something in some way to get Cody disqualified.
It's possible. Also, they kind of teased last week about Cody having his own little stable. Because it's even
it's the Nightmare family.
And then he's constantly stroking his face with 4 fingers. I don't want him to be in the Nightmare family or the National Nightmares thing. I want his own thing. I want him to have take the FTR, take I don't know. I can't think of anyone else at the top of my head at the moment. But take someone else. Do your version of the 4 Horsemen, but not your brother. Anyway.
Yes, add your brother into it.
Spike your brother's head into the ground and make him retire.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Turn heel. All right. Let's move on to the next matchup. We have the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida defending it against Penelope Ford. I'm just going to put Shida down for both of us.
Yes, please, thank you. I'm not denying Penelope Ford, but
she just won
really,
it. She just won the belt. She's not dropping it this quickly.
No, it'll be a very. It's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah. They actually had a really good angle for this last night on Dynamite, where when she came out, she started kind of arguing with Penelope at ringside, got in the ring for a matchup, and literally the bell rang. She hit a flying knee, the Falcon Arrow, and won the match.
Wow.
And I think that then she and Penelope Ford brawled at ringside. Something like that. But it was really a nice little use of like Sheeta is legit as a champion, which is cool. Okay, our next match up is Private Party with Matt Hardy versus Santana and Ortiz. I'm going with Santana and Ortiz.
I would love to say Private Party here.
Private Party it is. PP.
No, hold on. But I don't know.
Listen, bro, you can't keep copying me. We only have one that we disagree on at the moment.
Well, yeah, but you haven't come up with one. You haven't been like, I'm going with this for no apparent reason. You make a valid argument, and it's a very solid argument. And that's why Santana and Ortiz are probably going to go over the green young Private Party.
Yes.
I don't see anything in this that would cause Santana and Ortiz to be at a disadvantage.
Let's put it this way. This is AEW does what WCW did with their talent during the Monday Night Wars. For the longest time, you'd see like these enhancement talents who would come out and they would face bigger talent and get crushed. But they'd be facing off against. Sometimes they'd face off against. They weren't actually enhancement talents. They were kind of up and comers, but they were.
Yeah.
They were enhancement talent for the bigger stars, but they were bridging up. So like on Saturday night, you'd see like Alex Wright get a victory. He'd go TV champion, cruiserweight champion, all these little things here, but to get them familiar with it, and then after about a year or so, then they start getting more wins against other talent and being used in a better way. So this is what the Private Party is doing. They're getting exposure on national TV. They do get wins on like dark against enhancement talent. They do really well, are put over in ways in the match, but they lose because they're still very green. So
right,
which works. All right, our next matchup in the final match is MJF and Wardlow versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus Jurassic Express.
I feel really bad for Jungle Boy, and I feel really, really horrible for Marco Stunt in this situation. Because I know that the way that MJF and Wardlow is going to play this match is that anytime Jungle Boy gets in, Wardlow is going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime Luchasaurus comes in, MJF will be there.
I don't know. I think MJF is going to try to stay out of those matches as long as he possibly can, because he can only avoid Luchasaurus. I think he'll get in the ring with Jungle Boy, but once Jungle Boy starts getting the upper hand, he'll run to Wardlow for it. But so who are you going to pick?
Lucha Express. Jurassic Express.
How dare you? That's what I was going for.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Literally, that's what I'm going for because Wardlow just got a victory over Luchasaurus last night by MJF distracting the ref and Wardlow hitting a low blow and then hitting an F10 on him. So I think what they'll do is they can give the victory to Jurassic Express. Wardlow can take the pin, and MJF will still stay undefeated in singles competition, but in tag team, he'll take a loss, but he won't get pinned, so it still will keep him strong.
Right.
But you're going. God damn it! We only disagree on the tag titles.
I'm sorry.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? All right.
I wish I felt that Private Party was in a stronger place to be able to definitively pull out a win.
Okay, let's move on to night 2. So, starting which will be the main event, Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage for the AEW World Championship. We have Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. And what I predicted, because in my fantasy booking series I'm going to be doing on Zop Gaming, this was my entire plan for Fyter Fest. FTR and the Young Bucks teaming up against Butcher and the Blade, but they have Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. here. I had SCU in the spot. But I predicted they were going to have them team up, because you know why? It's a game of one-upsmanship. That's what the
totally
match is going to be. And if they decide to give the victory to the Butcher and the Blade and Pentagon Jr. and everything, you can literally have it be like, because they were doing one-upsmanship, they lost. If they go that direction. I don't think they're going to, personally, but I could probably be convinced. But I always predicted this. Then we have Lance Archer versus Joey Janela. So Janela's going to be killed. And then we have STU versus the Dark Order. Brody Lee, Garrison, and Colt Cabana, who has joined the Dark Order.
I don't really understand that. Honestly, I kind of feel that Colt Cabana kind of wandered into the wrong room. And Brody Lee is just like, because I love the fact that Brody Lee's playing a version of Vince McMahon. Freaking love it.
Yeah.
BTE this week, once again. I love watching that. Brody Lee just walks into the back where the Dark Order is literally standing around and throws a bunch of emails at them. And he's like, and to Evil Uno, he's like, take care of this. This is a problem. You need to take care of it. So I kind of feel that, Colt Cabana just walked into the wrong room. Brody Lee's like, you're part of the team for this. And Colt's like, yeah, you know what? Okay. I mean, I'm not doing anything else. I'll get paid.
He didn't, because
Creative had nothing else for me.
Because it was a story of him losing and then constantly being offered. He went into the backstage a few weeks ago. And then last night, he had a tag match with Brody Lee, which Brody Lee hit the discus clothesline. I can't remember who their opponents were. I think it might have been SCU, but I could be wrong. Yes, it was SCU, because I'm pretty sure it was Daniels that he hit the discus clothesline on. But then he tagged Colt in to actually get the pin. So he literally gets a victory after joining the Dark Order. That is
that's
genius. Cool. That's actually genius. Instead of saying, okay, you got a victory because I got the win. No. I'm literally letting you get the pinfall so you have the victory. Sure, I did hit the move, but you got the
I did all the work, but...
Which was really good storytelling there. So, anyway, Adam, we're going to start with SCU and Dark Order. It's Dark Order.
Dark Order.
Yeah.
Dark Order.
Yeah, it's no. Okay, I'm just gonna fill these out for us because it's so odd. Lance Archer is gonna be the next one. Unless you want Joey Janela for some reason.
I'm sorry, Joey. You're going to die, but
yeah. Okay, so this one we can actually agree or disagree on. So we'll actually do the FTR and the Young Bucks versus Butcher Blade, Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. Who do you think?
Oh, this one's really tough. Because I do feel that FTR and the Young Bucks should walk out the winners in this.
Yep. I don't think they want to give FTR a loss right off the bat. I mean, if they did go that direction, you just have the Young Bucks take the pinfall, and it won't really hurt FTR.
It would be Matt or Nick taking the pinfall there. But I don't really... I feel that this is going to instead be... At the very end, you're going to have, Matt and Nick going for the Meltzer driver, while FTR is going for, I forget what their finisher is.
I think they call it now the Midnight Express. It's the Shatter Machine, but it's the Midnight Express.
Okay.
I'm glad to see that they're still using that, because they've been using the Spike Power Driver recently, and I'm sorry, I think the Spike Power Driver as a finisher is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do, can it really fuck people up? Yes, it's a little dangerous. That's why I don't like it. But overall, the Shatter Machine is such a better finisher. It's literally the 3D, but instead of the cutter, you do the code breaker.
Yeah.
It's such a better finisher.
FTR and the Young Bucks are winning. At the very end of it, like the 1, 2, 3 is going to happen, and they're just going to get in each other's face.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
Like the entire night is going to be stealing tags. The Young Bucks stealing a tag.
Trying to one-up the other person.
Yep.
Which is if they decide to go give the Butcher and the Blade and Phoenix a win here, which they very well could, they'll use that in the finish to get cost them.
Right.
You could also have FTR walk out on the Young Bucks, and then the numbers game as well. I don't think they'll go in that direction. I think it's too obvious to have them walk out. Having the one-upmanship, maybe you could have a thing where like they fight off with like Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. into the crowd or something like that. They get and the Butcher and the Blade go for the pinfall, and they can make it in, and then they decide at the last second not to go. So in the end. But it's not going to be like they're going to walk away and then the Young Bucks will lose there. It could be like they could stop the pinfall, but they decided not to fuck with them. But I just don't know. I think they're going to give the FTR and Young Bucks the win here. All right. Yeah. In the matchup I am looking forward to the most of Fyter Fest is Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy.
Still, Orange Cassidy is someone to watch in that ring.
Yep.
His promos lately, I love where this started. With Jericho asking for the baddest man on the planet to come out, and Orange Cassidy walks out.
Yep.
And you're like, all right, that's cool.
Jericho tries to go after him. He dodges. He gets out of the ring, and the best friends lift him up over the barricade into the fans.
Yep. Hands still in the pockets the entire time.
And then Jericho beats him with oranges the next week. Last week, he came out dressed as a cameraman for Jericho's match to attack him and beat him up.
The greatest Superman punch we've seen in a very long time.
And then we had a face-to-face where they brawled with Jericho kind of having the upper hand, only for Orange Cassidy to come back. Somehow, Cassidy gets his ear bleeding because it got cut, and counters and stands tall. So, dude, this more aggressive version of Orange Cassidy is pretty cool.
I would love to see him come out in a different outfit, depending on how much he cares about the match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've talked about this. If he comes out
like his outfit becomes more and more like.
The more and more he gets the actual wrestling gear, the more and more serious he is, and the more and more he's pissed.
Yes. I like it.
The final straw is if he comes out in wrestling gear and he doesn't have the shades on, run.
Yeah. If he's in full gear, back off.
He's gonna run. He's gonna unleash his full 100% power, like Frieza, and just go berserk. He's gonna go Super Saiyan Broly level of power. But I am picking Chris Jericho to win here because with Orange Cassidy getting the ones up the last 2 weeks, I think Jericho will take the victory here. But it's gonna be a good. He's gonna put Orange Cassidy over hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Orange Cassidy's gonna come out looking like a badass in this one, but I think Jericho will get the victory.
I like the idea of Jericho putting Cassidy over.
So do I.
Making him look huge.
I hope Orange wins here. I do, but I think they'll give the victory to Jericho. Because
one of the easiest ways for Jericho to get the win and still make Cassidy look good would be to have the inner circle come out with him.
It's possible, but also got to remember, the last 2 pay-per-views, Jericho has a loss at. He lost at Revolution, and the Inner Circle lost at Double or Nothing. So
That's why I'm saying the Inner Circle's coming out with him, and they're going to actually help Jericho get the win. Like Hager is going to Santana and/or Ortiz is going to distract the ref. Jack Hager gets his hands on Cassidy and just slams him.
Okay, so you're going with Jericho to pit as your pick.
Yeah, I'm at the same time though. If it's a straight match of Cassidy, you know what? No, Cassidy's getting. OC is getting the win. Original content is getting the win here. And then Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage.
Yes.
God, why does this have to be so difficult?
Yeah, this was a tough one because here's my dilemma with this one. Bringing Brian Cage in and putting the belt right on him is gonna be a cool move. But he's only been around for a month.
Yep.
He was big in Impact and made a big there, and I had no doubt he'll be a big star in AEW. But you're taking a risk of putting your belt on your third ever champion on someone who's only been in a month. There's been no fans in attendance for it. You're kind of basing it off his appearances in the ratings, which can be deceiving if he's grouped into a segment area that has a lot of content in there, and if it does low. If it does you low minute by minute, you're not going to know for a fact that if he was a ratings draw or he hurt. It's a tough one. I have a feeling Moxley's going to retain here.
Okay.
I think this, but it's a tough one. But since I picked first last time, this goes to you.
Yes. So my prediction is that Moxley is going to retain here.
Okay.
Through a disqualification. He's going to get himself disqualified to get away from Brian.
See, if this different versions of like Dean Ambrose were part of his character, I'd say yes. If Jon Moxley is going to win, I think it'll be more of Brian Cage going too far and getting himself disqualified. Because the character of Jon Moxley is he won't go that far. He's gonna just fight, and you're gonna he's gonna go down the fight.
No, that's okay. Well, I mean, more accurately, it's going to be an accidental DQ.
I can see that.
It's going to be one of those that someone's going to get themselves disqualified for something that they're going to look back at and go, really, you disqualified me for that. Using a closed fist.
By the way, you said Jon Moxley's getting himself disqualified, but you really picked Jon Moxley to win the match. So you mean Brian Cage is going to get himself disqualified?
No, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Cage is, but it's going to be something that everyone's going to look at and go, really?
Okay.
That's what you did. It's not going to be like a chair shot or anything like that. It's going to be like Taz tossing the towel to Brian Cage, who throws it in the face of Moxley and punches him. And you're like, yes, it's technically a foreign object. And Aubrey Edwards is going to be like, look, it's a foreign object. It's against the rules.
No.
You can't do that.
No, when Taz throws the towel to Cage to use, Aubrey Edwards is going to say Taz is throwing the towel in for Brian Cage.
Oh my God, yes. And calls it right then and there. Everyone stops and just looks over and what? And he's like, he threw the towel in. And Taz is like, that's not, no, he needed to wipe his face off. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to take a big risk on this one because I don't believe this pick in the heart of things. I do think Moxley's probably going to retain. But
you're putting the belt on Cage already?
I didn't say the belt. I just have him going to win.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that if he does win, he's going to have the belt.
So it's kind of the opposite of what I'm saying.
In a sense, I'm not
Moxley will get himself disqualified.
Well, not necessarily disqualified. I just think Brian Cage will get the win. I don't know if it will be for the belt. I don't know if it will be by disqualification or something like that, or count out or something like that. I don't know. I'm taking a big risk here on that one. I do think Moxley is going to be walking out champion by victory, most likely. But here's the thing. Here's my biggest issue. If you have Brian Cage lose, straight up lose, by pinfall, or passing out again because like we did with Hurley, you will then have your 3 biggest monsters that you've debuted in the last 6 months, all in their first big event, take a loss. Brody Lee, Lance Archer at Double or Nothing, and now Brian Cage at Fyter Fest.
Yeah.
So I think they'll kind of come up with a way to have Brian Cage get a big victory in a sense of, but still keep the belt on Moxley. And I know they don't want to do those kind of screwy finishes, but I think it'll be one of those they'll have to play. They can come up with an interesting way to do it, I think. But only time will tell. But because we only have 3, this only makes our 3rd match we disagree on. This could be the one that fucks me over.
It could be. It could be.
But both nights are super predictable right now. Overall, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this night I think it has more matches. That you have 3 matches that could go either way, and that's the top 3 matches. FTR, Young Bucks, Butcher and Blade, that could go either way. You know, we're pretty sure with the way they're gonna go, but they could throw a finish in there.
I think you're missing one match, dude.
Yes, there's a Nia Rose match. Since we do not have her opponent, I've not put it on here yet.
You know what, dude? Guess what I'm gonna say?
Nia Rose is gonna lose.
Yes. To be announced, the greatest professional wrestler in both the men's and women's division will be the winner here.
And that is?
I don't know who it is, but their name is to be announced. They're the greatest professional wrestler.
Charlotte Flair.
Oh, God, no.
That'd be so
no
funny.
No Charlotte Flair.
Because Charlotte Flair is taking time off. That'd be so hilarious. She took time off, and it was literally because her contract is expired that no one realized this. Because she's in negotiations. So she took time off, and then she just signed with AEW and came in and took over the women's division in AEW.
Okay, that.
Can you imagine?
Funny.
Can you imagine on the Wrestle Talk jokes with Ali? It's like, you know, it calls her the Omni Flair for showing up on 3 brands. Now she's showing up on AEW. She literally is the Omni Flair.
Omni Flair.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section what you thought of our prediction and make your own predictions for both nights of Dynamite. I would actually do predictions for NXT Bash at the Beach, but since we don't actually have the full cards for those nights, we can't do that. So let us know down in the comment section there, and let's move on to the few pieces of news we have actually left.
Yeah, what else we got right now?
So we gotta talk. Actually, since I already just brought it up, let's actually talk about Charlotte Flair first, because the other 2 things are related. So Charlotte Flair is taking time off. This past week, she was written off TV with attack by Nia they used as a way to make Flair look amazing in her match against Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, which she dominated, only to have Asuka to pull out a victory at the end. Way to book your champion strong, WWE. Way to go.
Yes.
Awesome, you fuckers. But then later on, Nia again attacked Charlotte, targeting there, and the storyline is she broke her collar and she needs surgery, which you don't have surgery for a broken collar.
You can.
Oh, you can? Okay, I didn't realize that. But
you can.
Most of the time you don't. I don't believe you do.
When I broke mine, there was a discussion of surgery. The reason for surgery is because the collarbone is not something that you can actually set. Yeah. So if it does need a true setting, you basically have to use wire strip and screw them.
Oh, okay.
Metal strips.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that does make a lot of sense. Okay. But
I wasn't cool with that idea on my shoulder. I was like, I'm good. I'll let it be fucked up.
I know there's another talk that she was going to have a surgery, and possibly back in time for SummerSlam. There's another account that she will not make SummerSlam. There's talk that she won't be back until Royal Rumble next year. Ric Flair has come out and said she has a TV offer to do some TV. There's so many different things that have come out of what she's doing. One of the things is that she is having surgery. It's elective surgery. So it's not like she's injured, she has to have surgery. It's an elective surgery. It's all over the place. But
okay, because I'm going to be honest. Broken bone, 6 to 8 weeks. Even with that surgery, it's still 6 to 8 weeks before you can start training. Yeah, she's not making it for SummerSlam.
No.
The talk about Royal Rumble, holy crap, she would be ready just at, like, if that's before she can start doing push-ups and actually working out again, yes, there's going to be a time period and probably another 6 to 8 weeks of training to get back into shape.
And that's if she's actually having surgery. We don't know if she's actually having surgery.
Exactly.
It's so many things. But this idea of her being out between SummerSlam until SummerSlam or even until Royal Rumble, can I just say, brilliant Charlotte Flair. Way to work the fans. Tell people you're not overexposed and then take time off.
I'm not overexposed while being overexposed and then taking time off
to take so you're not overexposed. Brilliant.
I also like the fact that she's always there because she's the healthiest.
Yeah.
Supposedly has a broken collarbone and has to leave. Gets injured.
But not just that, but then spinning tales of like multiple stories of what's going on with you. She is truly a master of kayfabe.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, I'll give her that. I'll give her the master of kayfabe because she is really good in the wrestling industry. She is a good performer overall. Everything. It's just she's overexposed and always around. So this will give her some time away from Charlotte Flair, and they can push some other people, which would be great. So it'll be interesting to see what actually turns out to be true because who knows. So, all right, let's move on to something that was inevitable, Adam. So, do you remember a few weeks ago when we talked about how there was a COVID-19 case in AEW's Performance Center?
Yes.
Well, there's more cases in AEW Performance Center.
AEW has a performance center?
That
is huge news. I think that actually outweighs the COVID-19 news regarding that. Ladies and gentlemen, this just in confirmed. Half-Life 3. No, I'm just kidding.
How I know that AEW has a performance center, and I'm not being bought off by Tony Khan. This gold watch I have on my wrist, that's a gift from my mom. My mom bought it.
Is that a set of keys in the background for a Lamborghini?
No. I cannot confirm or deny that I was paid by Tony Khan money to buy a $300,000 Corvette and a $400,000 Lamborghini. I cannot confirm nor deny. I can also not confirm or deny that the insurance has been paid for the next 7 years as well. I cannot confirm or deny that.
Okay.
I love how I made a mistake and we just turned that into.
Yeah.
Back into me being But anyway, yes, in the WWE Performance Center there were more cases of people getting COVID-19 that have come out. And once again, WWE did not inform their talents directly. They found out by Ryan Satin online. And, oh my God. And one of the so-called people, which will come into contact in a minute with dealing with AEW, is Renee Young, who's been tested positive. And dude, I feel bad for Renee Young right now. You know why? As in her tweet, when she announced that she got COVID-19, she announced that her show gets canceled and she gets COVID-19. Yeah, If you don't know what I'm talking about WWE Backstage has basically been canceled by FS1.
What? Really?
I guess there's still talks about using it in big cases, like maybe after a pay-per-view or something like that, but they're not doing week to week anymore. And then basically Renee saying show being canceled just confirms it. So I feel bad for Renee, unfortunately. Like that's a tough week. Your show gets canceled, then you get coronavirus. We do not know everyone who has been was tested positive because that's medical information, so that doesn't have to be released. One person we do know who's gotten COVID-19 for a second time.
A second time?
Yes, Kayla Baxler has gotten it back in late March, has now gotten it a second time, which she tweeted about and being open on and saying, thinking she was immune and invincible. She got it again, and she says, guys, wear your fucking masks. Don't be stupid like me. Got it for a second time, and all that. So yes, wear a fucking mask, people.
Exactly.
But this is just like based on what WWE's been doing, and they gotten lucky up until now that they didn't have any coronavirus cases. The few they had were one, but now we're getting more and more. It's just, oh my god, how stupid are you, WWE? And they're about to come back for more tapings this weekend. They're supposed to be taping this, I think, tomorrow and Saturday for the next 2 weeks of TV. So that's going to impact that. There's being a lot of people who are being told if you travel through Florida, if you enter states, you have to be quarantined for 2 weeks. You can't leave for 2 weeks because of how down here in Florida the cases are spiking.
Damn.
Orange County has just been put on. Started Saturday, we have to wear masks wherever you go outside. So, yeah, I know Miami's not going to phase 3 of opening back up because of the spikes. So, I don't blame people. It's going to be interesting. I hope, for those people who did get COVID-19, hope you get well. Please quarantine your loved ones. But WWE, you need to step up your fucking game because this is ridiculous. You got lucky, and honestly, I hope one of your employees sue you. Honestly, because your stupidity. But let's move on to AEW and COVID-19 because while no cases have been confirmed of their account having COVID-19, QT Marshall was scheduled to team with Dustin and have a match against, I believe it was... FTR? Yeah, I think it was against FTR. The original plan was. Or they were someone, I can't remember the Dark Order, I can't remember who was originally. But because QT Marshall made an announcement to Tony, like, he has come in secondhand contact with someone who later has become confirmed and tested positive for COVID-19, so he did not want to come in. And they decided to have him stay at home and take the test there to not come down and risk, which he's fine. A bunch of people from QT Marshall's gym and everything also stayed home to have them tested there in Atlanta, so to protect people. And in Tony Khan's own words, a true champion came forward announcing that he's been in contact with someone who's been tested positive for COVID-19. His own wife, Jon Moxley, with Renee Young, coming forward, having to change his matchup last night. He was supposed to be in action. So while he hasn't been tested positive yet, they actually recommended to go and live in a hotel to be safe, but he didn't want to risk the people at the hotel if he did end up being confirmed. Also, he didn't want to leave his wife when she was sick, because he has been around her that if he is going to be tested, it will happen.
Right.
So he's just like, that could be my wife. All around, excellent role model. He didn't have to. He could have done the show, not do that. Taking responsibility, what you need to be doing. People need to do. Be honest, and well, if you were in WWE and you said, I came in contact, I can't come in, if you weren't a major star, well, what the fuck are you doing? Because even WWE is now basically telling their talent, in between tapings, you gotta be quarantined now. Not leave your home or anything between tapings now. Because you're fucking up our TV, you piece of shit. How dare you want to do that? How about you actually do your fucking job, WWE, and actually test like UFC has been doing from the start. AEW's been doing from the start. Wait, you're doing that. Wait, this just in? WWE's gonna start testing all the time now for COVID-19. Way to be fucking late to the game, WWE, you fuckers.
Tell me how you really feel, Tim.
Well, I mean, I've been dealing with some depression lately. You mean about WWE? I mean,
wait, Tim.
Wait.
Tim.
I'm not depressed. No, I'm not depressed. I'm depressed.
You know what, dude? I didn't want to know. Okay.
So, Adam, we need to come up with a slogan. With hashtag fuck the owl. Hashtag fuck the owl.
Yes.
We need something like that for WWE right now.
Get bent.
No, like it has to be like fuck something, like fuck WWE, but like it's gotta be something like hashtag fuck the owl.
Fuck the E.
Fuck the E. I got it. Get the F out. Oh, damn it! They used that already.
They've already done that one.
Huh. Fuck the E. What kind of E you wanted to fuck there, bro?
I'm gonna get nasty on the E.
Oh God. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section for your idea of the hashtag fuck the owl version for WWE. Because they need one right now.
Yeah, they definitely need one.
They need one. But that's all we have for the show.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all we have for it. Wait. Oh, Adam, hold on. I'm getting this coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in to this Saturday, because we're recording on Thursday, but it should probably be up by now, or will be up soon. Fantasy Booking with Tim. It is the official Tim show, where I will be fantasy booking AEW from Double or Nothing onwards, and how I would book AEW. It's called Fantasy Booking. I originally was planning on using it Total Extreme Wrestling 2016 because I'm poor and can't afford the new program. But I had some ideas of how I'm going to switch that up. So tune in to see how I will book Double or Nothing, and we'll have next week we'll go do Dynamites on Wednesdays. And I know I mentioned this last week that the show was going to be up, but with everything with hashtag Speak Out, deciding I'm not going to do that.
I'm just not going to put that up. All right, since you got to plug your new show in less than 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
Adam, you don't get to plug your show. You already plugged your show on this show. You don't get to plug it twice. You plug it once.
I get to plug it every time I want to plug it.
No.
Oh,
roll that intro.
Okay.
Let's fine, do your plug, you bastard.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, we've got one last episode of Slamming. Nope, it's not Slamming Saturdays. It is Llama Championship Wrestling, presented by New England Wrestling Alliance. We've got one more episode, the Go Home episode, before our big year-end event. Yeah, that's right. We're coming up on 1 year of doing this series. The Alpaca Bowl is next Saturday and Sunday, July 4th and 5th. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely crazy, ridiculous. I don't know. It's going to be crazy time. We have seven matches both nights. Weird, man.
I don't care what you say. It's not the first ever wrestling event that's done it 2 nights back to back.
No idea what you're talking about, Tim. No idea what you're talking about. First ever 2-night wrestling event.
You're an idiot. I don't know how you got me to be part of it and make an announcement on there. Oh my god, how did you do that?
I'm good.
Anyway, let's wrap this bitch up. I'm sick and tired of looking at your face. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section what you thought of this show and give us your predictions for Fyter Fest. Your thoughts on the Speak Out movement. Please be respectful in the comment section if you do so. Also, let us know about your thoughts about the COVID-19 to WWE and how they're handling it. And, yeah, that's all. So, but since it's right there and you've been listening to us for over an hour, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up.
Boop.
And it's right there. Hit that subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding. Ding.
And turn on all notifications so you know when all As the Buckle turns and Zop Gaming content goes live. Adam, you know what? Fuck your face. And get bent.
Wow. Wow.